Greetings, this is Sloshworks and welcome to a bit of a different game. This is one of the ones that I play on and off, and it always makes me laugh, or it's kind of a casual one when you don't want to think too much. This is called Game Dev Tycoon, and basically you run your own game development company. I first heard about this when they released a pirated version on all of the torrent sites, that after a certain amount of time your games wouldn't make any money because they were being pirated, and so they released a free copy of their game that had a game killing bug in it, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I bought the game, and it's not the best game in the world. It's kind of fun, so I thought we'd give it a bit of a go. You guys can tell me if you like it, if you think we should keep going with it or not. But without further ado, let's just get into it. So welcome to Game Dev Tycoon. In this business simulation, you've been transported back in time to start your own game development company right at the beginning of the PC revolution. In the next 35 years, you can build your dream company, create best-selling games, gain fans, and become the leader of the market. Before you start your adventure, you have to give your upcoming company a name. We are Sloshworks Productions. When they first... oh no, it's still there. We're just going to call it Sloshworks Inc. They didn't really give you enough space for a lot of the game titles either, so we're just going to go with Slosh. And there's not much to pick here, so there's no dreadlocks for me, so we're just going to go with brown hair. When I can get to it. 1, 2, there we go. I'm just going to go... yep, that's good for me. Done. We have played this game before. We would like to import all previously gained hints. Alright, so what we're going to do. This is the garage. This is where you first start. It's just you at the beginning of the game. It is 1982 or something like that. I'm just going to finish this beer. And essentially you have no skills. You're working in your garage. There's a bit of an Easter egg here. I'll show you the Easter egg. We're going to make a... okay. We're going to make a government game that is a simulation on... we're going to do it on PC because you can see you've got these action plus 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 and simulations plus plus plus. They're the hints that we just imported. There's no point in putting on the G64, which is of course the Commodore 64. We're going to put it on PC. We're going to call this game Pong because it's about what government smells like. And we're going to use 2D graphics V1, which is going to cost us 10,000. We've got 70,000. We should be perfectly fine. Okay, this is how well, it gets a little bit more complicated later on, but we're making a simulation game. So story and quests aren't that important to simulation. The engine's not too important, but gameplay is pretty important. So we're going to do that. And you get to research games as you go along to get these hints that build up. So you start to learn and know. You can see here that we already know that artificial intelligence is pretty important and level design is pretty important for a simulation. Actually, I wonder if that's government and that's simulation. So we're going to do that. We're just going to do it like that. Dialogues aren't that important for a simulation. So, I mean, logically, a lot of it makes sense, a lot of it doesn't, but you'll see as we go, so. Oh, I lost my mouse pointer. I wonder if that black thing's going to be there. Anyway, we can see most of it. The world design of a simulation is not that much. The graphics is pretty important, sounds pretty important. We're just gonna do this. Put a little bit in there. Probably not going to make the best game in the world, but it's our first game. Oh, look! It started to bounce things around in the background. Kind of a little Easter egg. There's a few of them along the way. There's like all the old classics like Quake and Doom and Civilization, and I think in the background, and you can call games by that title and you get an achievement, but it's all pretty good. It's not too bad. It could have been way better. What we're going to do, we're going to quickly jump in there and generate game report before anything else happens. First reviews for our newly released game Pong have come in. Ooh. 7, that's pretty good for a first game. A government simulation game that Game Hero played for days. That seems like they're not that hard to please. We'll develop our game report. Sloshworks Inc., a newcomer in the game industry, has just released their first game, Pong. The game received favourable reviews. With such a good start, Sloshworks Inc. are sure to gain fans quickly. Got a few research points, so that's a good thing. We sold 5,875 units in our first week and made it into the charts at number 20. And we are so successful, we now have 40 fans. Stop scratching your head, man. I want to do stuff. Got a few more research points. Our post-release analysis of Pong is complete, and we got the following result. Government and simulation is a great combination. Gameplay seems to be very important for this type of game, so we're going to research. We don't have enough, so we're going to get new topic. We're going to get medieval because, as you can see from the various pluses and minuses and question marks on that, we've already, in a previous game, learnt a bit about that. So we've sold over 10,000 games of a government simulation called Pong. And we have so far made a profit of like $45,000. Which is not bad for a little game. Put your paper down. Alright, we have successfully researched medieval. Let us research. I'm trying to think what we can do next. I'm gonna go with Wild West next. I'll explain that as we go along. I have played this for a few times. It does have Steam Workshop as well, but I haven't really delved into the mods, but I might do that if you guys are interested in seeing any more of this. I do like this game. It's, like I said, it's not the best, but it's an easy, casual, kind of fun game. You have successfully researched Wild West. Alright, so we can now develop a new game. We're going to pick a topic. We're going to do a medieval RPG. No, we're going to be a serious company. We're going to do a medieval... No. Yeah, we're going to do a medieval strategy. And we're going to do it on PC because you've got +++ on the strategy. Actually, no. Let's do it on the Commodore 64. It's a medieval strategy game on the Commodore 64. We are going to call this Medieval Strategy. Slosh in the Dark Ages. We're just going to call it that to start with. Why can't we do it? We're going to strategy. Yeah, Slosh in the Dark Ages. No. Wait a minute. Slosh and the Witches. No. Invasion of the English coast. We're just going to do that. We're going to do a very serious strategy game. We'll go with 2D graphics. It's going to cost us 10k. We've got 88, so that's okay. It's just us working by ourselves. Pong sold 15,547 units and generated 108,871 in sales. I think I'm going to have to work on a naming strategy for some of these games because Invasion of the English Coast is a strategy game. So we can go engine, gameplay, and nothing on quests. It's not the most entertaining kind of name. It sounds kind of boring, kind of sterile, kind of like Stratego. So we're gonna stick with this. We're gonna do with level design, artificial intelligence, and none on dialogues. It does become a lot more complicated later on when you've got lots of people working for you because you need to have people using boosts at this precise time that the character's doing stuff. For medieval, we do need graphics aren't so bad. Sounds pretty good. We'll do that. You do need to have people using boosts to get the most efficient and effective use of your time. Industry news: recent market studies suggest that the Commodore G64 is steadily outselling competitors in the PC sector. Consumers prefer the lower price, greater availability, and flexible hardware configuration over other home computers. Experts say this might spell the end of competing hardware manufacturers if only they knew the truth. Come on, Invasion of the English Coast. The only problem with this game is you kind of just have to bait your design and your technology to get high rating game. It should be more intricate than that, but it seems to kind of work down to that. So we've got 2 new records, new topic, new combo. We'll release the game, but we'll just jump in here really quickly. We've research the new topic, we're going to get life. First reviews of our newly released game Invasion of the English Coast have come in. Oh, that flicked around 10 a bit. Oh. Outstanding. We're doing well, guys. Oh, 7? It's a bit of a letdown. That looks like it's going to be high. We just put out the most sterile, boring strategy game of all time. They loved it. They sucked it up. Almost as good as Sun Tzu's The Art of War, which I used to play on the Commodore 64 and back on the old XTs and stuff like that. God, that was a great game. I liked winning a war of attrition. So we're going to research this just because we can. Ooh, industry news. According to rumours, the Japanese company Ninvento is planning to launch its very own home gaming console. Ninvento is known for the widely successful game Dinky King. See, they didn't really hide what they were like basing their things on, did they? I do wish it was kind of like Hearthstone. You could click on things in here to entertain yourself while you're waiting. It would be so much better. Post-release analysis of Invasion to the English Coast is complete, and graphics do not seem very important for this type of game, which was strategy, I think it was. So fair enough. So we're going to develop a new game. What have we got? Oh wow. We're going to break out of our mold. We're going to do an adventure game, pirate adventure game. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do it on the PC, and we're going to call it. What would we call a pirate game? Yar. Sloshworks. Yar. Now that's a pirate game if I've ever heard of one. In between this episode and the next, if we actually do any more and you guys want to see more, I'm going to work way harder on my naming systems. So we're going to do that. You know, it's an adventure game. The gameplay is not quite so important as some of the others. The dialogue's way more important in an adventure game. The artificial intelligence isn't so much because it's really just there for, you know, spicing it up, a little bit of combat or a little bit of puzzle solving. It's not really there to be the entire game. Graphics and world design are pretty damn important. Sound, not so much in an adventure game, but we're going to go with graphics and sound. We haven't got anything else. We haven't built any more engines and stuff yet, so, you know, there's not much we can do. We do need to definitely get that technology higher if we want it to be... No, we're not doing it yet. Ooh, Ninvento has confirmed rumours and has announced their plans to release a new home gaming console called TES next year. Good old TES. Come on. We need some more up here. We sold 30,059 units of English Coast, Invasion of the English Coast, generated 210,441 in sales. That's pretty good. We're going to go backwards unless we can get a little bit more technology up there. We're going to have to do it. It's taking too long. Only a new record on one side. We leveled up our gameplay, which means we should be able to research something different. We still don't have enough, so we're just gonna jump straight into a new game. We're gonna go. Let's just do it. Medieval RPG, PC, slosh in chains. I know that sounds like a BDSM game, but when I was young, I read a series called the Fire and Ice series. I think it was. No, Sword and Chain. I think it was. I had Carl Cullinane and various other characters in a fantasy world, and I've always like the Sword and the Chain. Sword and the Chain is what it was called. I've always liked the in chains for fantasy, medieval, not necessarily for BDSM. Oh, it doesn't look so good. 7's not too bad though. Oh, that flickered around at 10. So we're still doing okay. Ooh. It's not as good as some of our other ones, but that's fine. We're going to go, it's an RPG, so we're going to do gameplay, quest. No, engine isn't quite so important, especially back in the 80s. It was more about the experience of the game than anything else. Hi there, I've just finished Yar, Sloshworks, Yar. And I am quite impressed by your talent. I'm in the contracting business and we could use skills like yours. If you're ever short on cash, just let me know and I will see if I have some work for you. Jason. I'm just going to do this, and this. That seems like a pretty good split. I'm not doing very well here at the moment, guys. Come on. This is no good. At the beginning, it's quite difficult to get your scores very high because you don't have a lot of times twos coming across. Like you can say, oh, there was 2 bugs. We got 2 technology there, but see, we're still hanging down on the technology, so we're not doing that well over there. We're okay on design, but technology's. I'm gonna let it run. Give it 10 seconds. 10, 9. The TS is released. 8, 7, 6, 5. Come on, man. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, come on. Yara Sloshworks. Yara made 150,000. Not too bad. We'll do a game report on Yara Sloshworks. Yara. And I think our game... Okay, we've managed to research enough to... Yep, sorry, of course they are. We got a new record for that. We've leveled up a whole pile of stuff. So we're going to release that. We're going to go straight into research, and we're going to research custom game engine, which means we can actually build our own engine, which is most of the way you actually earn your research. Oh my god, that's terrible! Most of the way you earn your research points in the actual game is by building an engine to build a better game. So we're going to do that, and hopefully we'll get that done within the 25-30 minutes, and we'll be able to finish this first area for you guys for the first episode. And as I said, you know, if you want to see more, please let me know. I know it's not that visually striking a game. It would be so much better if you could click that and that flicked up, just like, you know, some of the things in Hearthstone, but it's not like that. So alright, we can now make our own game engine. So what we're going to do is we're going to create our own game engine with 2D graphics v2, a save game and a linear story, and we're going to call it Garage Engine number 1, just because this one isn't something that we're going to use for probably more than the first game. It's going to cost us a lot, but if you look, you can see this, you get a lot of research points bouncing up there. Later in the game, when you build these incredibly expensive, like $4, $5, $6 million engines, you get so many research points to pick up those other things. And then unfortunately, you have to create a whole new engine just to add that one thing in that you've just researched. It's crazy. I don't know why you can't just add it into an engine you currently have. So go and develop a new game. We will make... Let's make a city simulation on the PC with Garage Engine number 1 called Slosh Cities Inc. Incorporated. That's the important part. We're going to go with 2D graphics v2. It's going to cost us 30,000 to make it. I think we're going to be okay. We still made 164,000 on Slosh in Chains. Remember, if you bought it for BDSM, you got it wrong. So we're going to go gameplay, engine. Yeah, story's quest a little bit. We're going to go save game and linear. And you see, this adds cost, but it also adds quality to the game. And you also have to have a minimum amount on each of the sliders for them to work. So we'll just kick back and have a beer while we wait for this bit to go through. Alright, dialogue's not so important in simulation. Keep a little bit. We're going to go artificial intelligence, level design way up. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. Looks like a reasonable split. Not getting enough technology though. Oh no, we got a 2 then. We might get a new record. Sounds pretty important. Well design, not so much. We're going to go graphics there, sound there, about there. Yep, looks good to me. We should get we've got a record on technology, definitely. And we might get a record on design if we get one more as we go. Oh, the TS is a massive success. Who would have thought? Alright, here we go. We're going to release that. We'll generate a report for Slosh in Chains while this one comes out. And we'll see what happens. A fair bit of research there, that's a good thing. Stop scratching your head. Come on, man. 17 and 17. Might be a double record, I'm not sure. Gameplay is important for RPG games. Yes! Double record. New combo, new topic. We're going to release that game. And we'll just... 30. So we're going to research game tutorials and mono sound, and we might build a new engine. I think if we're lucky that this is actually going to tick us. Yeah, come on, look at that. We might get our first 10 in this one. There's usually one that's nicer than the other ones, so even if we just get straight 9s, this will tick us over into leaving the 7. Game Hero, man, used to be my friend. Yeah, I mean, I love this game. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want to see any more of it. We can turn this into a full series from start to finish. I don't mind. I love playing through this game. You can give me some ideas on some naming structure or types of games we should focus on. Once you get into sequels, you can kind of run off about 3 or 4 sequels. You know, it's like some companies, Bethesda, and stuff like that. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'm more than happy to continue with this one. It's a kind of casual one where nobody needs to think too much. We can be silly and mess around and stuff like that. Yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.